Welcome to another edition of the Stack Supplement Podcast. We run down all the top stories and exciting announcements shared on our website from the past 7 days, and we're going to kick things off. I actually brought it forward this time around with the Clash of the Cans Grand Final that kicked off this morning with two pretty big surprises. Not surprises, to be honest, but pretty big competitors. Most interestingly, so the semi-finals went down last week. It was RYSE Fuel taking on Chris Bumstead's Bum Energy, and then it was Ghost Energy taking on Rain Total Body Fuel. Two of those were past champions. Rain Total Body Fuel was the second ever champion, 2019. Oh man, I should remember this. Maybe it was 2019. I can't remember. 19, 20, yeah, 2020. They were the 2020 winner, and then the other one, RYSE Fuel, was last year's winner, 2023, so reigning champion. Now, in a very surprising turn of events, both RYSE and Rain were knocked out. I can tell you that even as the person or the company that runs that competition, I did not see that coming. Rain, I could have imagined not getting through, but RYSE, and it was the tightest of tight finals I'd ever seen. They were separated by 0.5%. Now, we don't share initial vote numbers, but we will tell you flat out. So let's just say there were 20,000 votes. 0.5% of that is, I should be better at maths, but let's just say what 1% would be 20. Is that right? No, 200. Yeah, 200. 1% would be 200. 1% would be 200, and so 0.5% would be 100 if that were the vote. So the rounds get anywhere from thousands to tens of thousands, so it can come down to a very fine amount, and that is indeed what happened between Bum Energy and RYSE Fuel, and Bum Energy moved on. It is Ghost Energy Drink versus Bum Energy, so no matter how this plays out, we are going to have not only an all-new champion, but this is going to be our fifth ever winner. Neither of these guys have won Clash of the Cans before. It is a battle for the ages, and I'm looking forward to seeing who comes out on top. Either one's pretty impressive to see. Both of them are from the world of sports nutrition, so it's pretty cool that on Stacked that we tend to get this. Like, we get these heavy supplement sport nutrition results. Happens in Protein Wars, happens in Clash of the Cans. And it's cool to see that our audience heavily favors these premium offerings, as in the situation Ghost Energy with its energy and nootropic powered formula, and then Bum Energy, which has a nice balanced blend of caffeine and cognizant. So yeah, if you want to vote, head on over to clashofthecans.com. You get one vote, and as previously confirmed, the way this one works this time around, or this year, is it's NBA Finals, basically. It is a best of 7. So we have 7 days. Now, each brand will get a point if they get the most votes that day. So let's just say Ghost gets 3,000 votes today and Bum gets 2,999. Point to Ghost. If tomorrow Ghost gets the same, gives Ghost 2 points. And let's say Wednesday, Bum Energy gets 10,000 votes and then Ghost gets 1,000. That's still only 1 point, and that won't alter the results of the previous day. So it's not like we're counting up the votes from each day, combining them. It's just the amount of votes you get that day. Who gets the most, you get a point. Bingo, we're on. So it's a fun way to do things, and it was a very cool concept, again, purely taken from the NBA Finals. We saw it last year. It came up in conversation, so this year I thought I'd implement it, see how it goes. I think it's going to be pretty fun. It ensures like a nice, even, ongoing competition, and it should definitely spice things up if we get, we get to Friday or even Thursday at the 2 points each kind of thing, or it could be over Thursday. Who knows? Either way, again, if you have a spare few moments, head over to clashofthecans.com and get voting. Now, getting on to the action from the past week, we're going to kick things off with Panda Supplement, who has joined in on the glycerol-based liquid pre-workout trend, and this is where you get it's basically like a big bottle of carnitine basically, but it's glycerol. So liquid carnitines are quite a common type of supplement. Very typically they're just standalone carnitine mixed with a whatever the hell you want. There is this rising trend of glycerol, very much the same sort of thing, but a glycerol-based supplement where you would get just a big bowl of glycerol. Some of the other brands have put other ingredients in here. Panda Supplements has come out with that, and it is called its Pump pre-workout Pump Juice. Now, every serving has 20 grams of glycerol, and then for a little bit of an extra pinch, I believe they have added, I'm trying to figure out where exactly it is, I'm pretty sure they had some sodium in there as well, and I'm gonna miss it anyway. I'm pretty sure they had a full 20 grams of glycerol. Here we go. Got the list here with 400 milligrams of sodium, and then estrogen to elevate uptake, absorption, and efficacy. These products are incredibly versatile. Basically, if you want to add pump to a pre-workout, whether it be an RTD, whether it be whatever the hell, slip a dose of this in there and they give you some juicy full pumps. These days, a lot of the pump pre-workouts are more of that dense and intense kind. If you want a fat one, like the type that's gonna change the diameter of your arm during the workout, glycerol-based products are a fun thing to play around with, and now Panda has a dog in the fight with Pump Juice. Next up, we're going to shoot over to Ghost, who dropped a bomb of an announcement this past week, with its third ever authentic collaboration with Oreo. We saw this back in, was it 21, 22, when they did the first one. It was an authentic flavor collaboration with Oreo, the legendary sandwich cookie. They put together just a straight Oreo flavor for Ghost Whey protein powder. Then, I think it was the year after, we got Ghost's Oreo birthday cake, and then this week, is it Oreo? Oh shit! I swear it was birthday cake. Yes, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking maybe it was the Oreo white, but anyway, and so now they've announced a third authentic Oreo flavor in Oreo mint protein powder. So basically, very much that Oreo original protein powder with a touch of mint, which is a good flavor to do. I've always enjoyed that taste combination. It's very rare, chocolate and mint, or cookies and mint in this situation. And that mint can pop. Like some brands will make it stand out a little more than others. Some will make it a little more subtle. Either way, it's Ghost. They're known for their flavors, so I don't expect them to be missing the mark on that one. I should be launching this Friday, I think it's this Friday. And it's a US only launch, so it's going to be available at GNC and Ghost's online store. Shooting up from there and keeping in the realm of fun flavor extensions, Raw Nutrition has announced a bit of a twist on a nostalgic flavor, basically. So anyone, I guess, I won't say anyone, most people are familiar with frosted animal cookies, or just animal cookies, or animal crackers you could call them. Little animals, little cookies in the shape of animals, and then on the top they've got a nice little pink icing or glaze with sometimes sprinkles on the top. And that's your classic animal cracker, animal cookie. Now, Raw Nutrition has announced a flavor that's sort of an inspiration of that. In fact, on the front of the bottle, very much mimicking that style of, they've taken that format of the cookie, with that doughy cookie tone and the pink glaze, and they've just thrown that, or frosted glaze, thrown that on the packaging of a flavor of the isolate premium protein powder from the Chris Bumstead series under Raw Nutrition. And the flavor, though, this is where the twist comes in. So I imagine it's going after that sugary sweet classic animal cracker, but the name of the flavor is Frosted Frenchie Cookies. And the animal shapes cookies on the front of the tub are obviously a French bulldog, or Frenchie as they call it, and that's not for no reason. So Chris Bumstead has a dog. It's French bulldog. It's called Pudson, and that's kind of leading into the inspiration I'm gathering behind the flavor, the frosted Frenchie cookies. And yeah, fun little creative twist. They could have done it, could have named it whatever the hell they want, I guess, and could have just kept the branding as it is. but I like how they've tied it in. In fact, not even tied it in. That's probably the whole inspiration was that, hey, let's do something inspired by Pudson. And it's a fun little product coming to market shortly. And it will have all of those traditional ingredients that you get in the premium isolate protein powder, including a whey isolate base with providing 25 grams of protein alongside lean macros everywhere else. Next up, we're going to jump over to actually a bit of news on the bodybuilding ambassador side. Now, this is something that we don't usually share, but this was a big deal, I believe, because of, you know what, rightfully so, because when we shared this not too long after we shared it, we had a lot of people reaching out, a lot of brands reaching out, kind of asking questions about the situation. So Sam Sulek, basically the biggest name in bodybuilding, what I say, he's up there. I mean, I'm saying that in terms of YouTube, definitely. But his notoriety is huge. If you saw him at the Arnold in the US earlier this year and then the Arnold UK, that dude brought the crowd, man. It was insane in the US. Hosstile had to figure out a new, map for lines, and then in the UK it was ridiculous. I was at the gym when he went and trained, and Jesus Christ, everyone dropped everything. It was a free-for-all to get to the front. The machines were all free, which was cool, but he draws a crowd, and he's hugely popular. What's 3-point-something million on YouTube? It's insane. Great guy, great lifestyle, and he's no longer with Hosstile. Well, he's parting ways with Hosstile, I think you could say. I didn't really gather from the video that he was ended just then and there, but he's parting ways with Hosstile, and where is he going next? That is the $1,000,000 question. Is he going to another brand? Because I can tell you a whole bunch that would love him, or is he going to start his own brand, which would also be an interesting venture to see how that turns out, see which direction he goes. Many brands have been created with that similar process. Greg Doucette's HDLT was created in similar fashion. Left RYSE made his own brand. Jay Cutler, obviously once an athlete of Muscle Tech, and then basically ended up doing his own brand. Ronnie Coleman had a lifetime deal with BSN, then went out and did his own Ronnie Coleman signature series. There are a lot of brands that have been crafted by people who were originally sponsored by someone or something, and then have gone out on their own. And so looking forward to seeing whatever direction he takes. Obviously, he's got a huge audience and a huge fan base that the products are immediately going to be applicable to, at least in the case if it's a new brand that he's introducing himself. But also the same goes if it's a brand it's already out there that he's signing with, bringing that product and that lineup to his audience. So we'll share when he goes with someone else, just because it's big individual, very popular currently, and it's going to make news. Obviously, like I said, we had a lot of people reach out with a few questions about the situation, so it made me feel all right about sharing it, because we don't usually do that sort of stuff in terms of athletes, just developments and stuff like that. Who are they with? Where are they going to next? And so on. From there, we're going to jump over to Gorilla Mind, our 2023 brand of the year, who has not slowed up in 2024. They have been killing it just as much as they were last year, pumping out flavors, special editions, you know what, you know where. They've just been non-stop. And they announced flavor number 17 for their energy drink. So this is nicely timed with 4th of July. The flavor is a Bomb Pop inspired creation, so the classic red, white, and blue, cherry, lime, and blue raspberry. And it is a flavor for as I said, the Gorilla Mind energy drink, and it's called Bombsicle. So fairly typical flavor, and it is launching on, I thought it was launching shortly. I think it's launching, so Thursday this week. So it's launching in a couple of days. So a little bit earlier than 4th of July, but it will be perfectly timed so that you can pick it up, enjoy it on the day, and really celebrate with the red, white, and blue. And it is, 17th flavor. Interestingly, they have almost followed through more so on their promise. So the Gorilla Mind energy drink, if you remember, they said that they would be doing one flavor every month for the first 12 months following the launch of the energy drink. They got so damn close, you and picky, but they did 11 flavors in 12 months, the 12 months after it launched. And so yeah, what was it? It launched in April, and then in May you got one, all the way up until you had one for 11 months, one each for 11 months, and then they missed out on the 12th. But then last month they dropped, was it the orange creamsicle? I'm trying to remember. I think orange ice dream. That was number 16, and now they're all on number 17. So this product has been on the market for give or take, what's it, 12 months to April mid, 13 to the middle of May, 14 to the middle of June. So they're still adding a flavor a month, roughly, even after it's been on the market for over a year. I would applaud them if they continue this speed and pace. If they can do another 11 or another 12 in the next 12 months, that would be fascinating to see. But it's, again, impressive that they're keeping up the pace, and you will be able to get Bombsicle, or your hands on Bombsicle Gorilla Mind energy drink this Thursday, with plenty of time until the 4th of July. The next up, we got a pretty fun little story from the team at RYSE, and I thought this was well worth sharing despite it not realistically being a story. One of the common jokes, in fact, it's a common joke on April Fool's, or a common prank, is that we're going to do a sweat flavored pre-workout, right? Like you got a famous athlete, let's just say it's Cutler Nutrition. We can do Jay's Sweat flavor of their pre-workout just for fun. If you made it, very like most April Fool's Day pranks, if you made them, they would be pretty damn, people would probably buy them, I'd buy them. And so RYSE came out, and it said it's doing a pre-workout called, was it Noel Sweat? Not Noel Sweat, Noel Sweat, or Noel, whatever, how do you want to say it? Sweat. Basically, Noel Diesel's Sweat was the premise. In fact, it says, I believe on the tub it says authentically, does it say authentically sourced? I think I'm trying to remember exactly, I can't actually see that close on the thing. Yeah, authentically flavored. So, yeah, it's basically, they didn't list the ingredients, they just called it Noel Sweat, authentically flavored, suggesting it's going to be, authentically tasting like Noel Diesel's actual sweat, their key ambassador, the star ambassador. But the catch with this was that they said they would come out with it if the post got 50,000 likes. Now, this was indeed 5 days ago. It's a monumental task. A lot of their posts weren't even close. They were like average 5,000, 10,000. A couple of them got above the 50, but they were reels, and they were more, they were pretty big ones. And so it was a tall task to get this to 50. I'm looking at it now. They're on 18,492. So they are a long, long way, not even halfway yet. But if they do indeed get there, they said that they would make this pre-workout. And by God, that I really hope that they did. I'm still crossing my fingers that 22,000 more people come on in and click that like button. But I highly doubt it. If it's not getting halfway by the first few days, I doubt, unless they do something to sort of spice up the focus. It would have been cool though. Would have been fun, and I feel like it would have sold at some point. There would be an audience for it. Again, I probably would have just bought a tub for the hell of it, for the fun. Next up, we got two more stories to close out. The next story we're going to is from our favorite original underground supplement company, and that is the legendary Black Market Labs. I've bought the store up many times. They were such an intense brand early on in their career, surfacing around the DMA era, having one of the most powerful DMA pre-workout I can recall. There were plenty at the time, but theirs just stood out. And they've evolved throughout the years. They've changed and switched their approach, evolved, kept with the market, and now they have launched so last week they teased it. Today, we already wrote about it. Today, they launched Cuts Diamond. So this is an evolution of their original Cuts pre-workout, which is a fat-burning pre-workout, and it's essentially a premium variant or alternative. Very much like a premium, typical premium pre-workout. This is a premium variant of cuts. So it still aims to be both a fat burner and a pre-workout, but with more ingredients and better, more robust dosages. It is only $5 more, but the price tag is much, the serving count is lower. So the regular cuts is $49.99. This one is $54.99. But you get 25 servings in Cuts Diamond. The other one is 30. So I think the value difference, we worked it out, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to figure out where we put it. The difference in value was something like, 32%. So it's 32% more expensive per serving, despite the only $5 price difference. And the formula is, again, much as they said, it's much more robust. You get 2.5 grams of a carnitine blend, or 3 different sources of carnitine for metabolism, calorie burn, grains of paradise, the always sweat-inducing pro-GBB, synephrines in the mix as well, chromium, and then you've got a bunch of pre-workout style ingredients, including choline for focus, a full 3.2 of beta-alanine, caffeine's at 305 grams of straight citrulline. So it is just basically a more robust blend. Typically in pre-workouts that are trying to cover two categories, whether it be a fat burning pre-workout or a testosterone boosting pre-workout, you don't get as much in them for their respective categories. But that's to be expected. You spend $40 on a pre-workout, you spend $40 on a test booster. If you spend $40 on a pre-workout and test booster, there is no way in flaming hell you're going to get the value of those two separate category products in that one. There will be not corners cut, it's just realistic. It's got to give you 50, half and half sometimes, balance more one way than the other. And so in fat burning pre-workouts, you do get that. But however, in black markets, Cuts Diamond, that is less so. You're spending $55, you're getting a pretty solid formula, you're getting a good dose of several components. Again, carnitines, GPB, grains of paradise, and then you get I guess what you would call a very cost-effective value-style pre-workout formula. So it's a good mix of both. And it's also an alternative. So if you are a fan of black markets regular cuts, that's not going anywhere. This is just an alternative. Cuts Diamond is available, or continuing to be available, alongside the original, again, as a premium alternative. Last but not least, we go to this bad boy in the background, one of the biggest stories, the biggest story of the week, and one of the biggest collaborations I had seen in a while. And it's from One Brands. As far as I remember, this is their first authentic flavor collaboration. If there is one that they did it before, I apologize, I don't recall. But they have got together with the Hershey's company, and specifically two of its most iconic and famous candies that come under its umbrella in Hershey's chocolate bar and Reese's peanut butter cups. And they have created a flavor of the one bar, well, a flavor each based on those signature candies, and I guess their most familiar treats. So there is the Hershey's cookies, and is it cookies and cream? I think it's cookies and cream. I have to zoom in on this one, I think. Yeah, Hershey's cookies and cream one bar, and then there's the Reese's peanut butter lover one bar. Each of them is made with authentic ingredients. So the Hershey's one has Hershey's cookie bits, and then the Reese's one has Reese's actual peanut butter in the bar. They are both bars. On the outside of the packages, they do have like a Reese's peanut butter cup and the famous Hershey's white chocolate or cookie chocolate bar, but that is not what it looks like on the inside. It is just a typical one bar with some different ingredients and a taste inspired by each of the snacks or treats you see on the outside. The macros are still pretty damn good, despite the delicious and promising experience that they have in them. I believe they are 18 grams of protein, 25 carbs, 3 grams of that sugar, 9 to 11 fat, and 230 to 250 calories. Very typical for one bar, and I have to assume these are going to taste amazing. Anytime you get a collab, it's tough because your expectation going into these things is going to be high. This isn't going to taste like a Reese's peanut butter cup. It can't taste like a Reese's peanut butter cup. What can taste like a Reese's peanut butter cup is a Reese's peanut butter cup. However, you are wanting, you want to get that taste, that experience in a protein bar. Again, if we were bringing the protein to a Reese's peanut butter cup, different story. We are bringing the Reese's experience to a protein bar. So it's going to be, I imagine it's going to be good. I imagine that peanut butter taste is right there. It's not going to have the same texture, which is 50% of a damn candy pretty much, right? You know when you bite into a protein bar, you know when you bite into a peanut butter cup, you know when you bite into a real chocolate bar. And so very similar for the Hershey's cookies and cream one bar. I imagine it's going to taste really good. It's going to have a solid chocolatey taste. It's got the real Hershey's cookie bits in there as well, but it's going to be, leagues different from biting into one of those classic cookies and cream chocolate blocks. I can assure you that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it try to mountain of protein bars in my time. And I look forward to trying to experience it and see how it turns out. So we'll have a review up on that, because I think they launched it on Amazon and it like sold out Thursday. And then they launched it, it's meant to be today, and I didn't see anything. Maybe it went up and sold out before I checked. But if you really, really, really want it, they're going to be in stores, obviously. They also can be purchased straight from Hershey's own store, so shop.hersheys.com, I think it is. They stock both bars, $24.99 for a box, which is a damn good price. But the product's going to be available in singular bars, so from the likes of retailers. It's going to be available in the boxes of 12, but it is also going to have a box of 4, which, if you're at all a protein bar connoisseur like myself, that is a supermarket style box pretty much. Something you typically find at Walmart or Target, which would suggest that these are going to be in there, if not soon, eventually. I could be wrong, but I haven't really seen a 4-bar box anywhere else. So you are going to be given the opportunity to buy it in boxes of 4 if you can't find it in singles, or again, you can go online and get them in the 12s. Hersheys.com is currently the only place that I know of that has them, but we'll keep an eye out when they get some more solid availability. We missed out the launch. Didn't see it today. But we'll make sure we grab them as well and find out exactly how they taste, how close to the real deal they are. But for this episode, that is it. Make sure you go to collectthecans.com, get your votes, and make sure you go to Stack3d.com. You click on every story, you read everything, you learn about every single goddamn supplement, energy drink, and functional food there is in this world, because that's what we do. We're the best at it. We are the world premier source. Share with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your friends, and your family, your son and your daughter, maybe. And I look forward to having you back next time.